What is up, guys? It's your boy, Destiny 2 Into the Cactus, and today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And oh my goodness, it has been an insane week for Bungie, and so let's get started. But just before we do... Oh, hey guys.
Whoa.
What?
You're gonna make your video looking like that?
What's wrong with this?
You look like you haven't left the house in months.
I mean, I'm a Destiny 2 player, so I mean...
Here, use this. Let's go get you cleaned up.
Okay. That's better. Guys, it's time for spring cleaning, so let today's sponsor Manscaped help you, because the bushes outside aren't the only thing that needs a trim, which is why you need the Beard Hedger and the Handyman. The Beard Hedger is perfect for, wait for it, guys with beards. My favorite part is the zoom wheel. With a simple flick of the finger, you can adjust between so many different sizes. That is so much better than having a million different plastic guards that you're gonna lose eventually. Next up we have the Handyman. This little guy is perfect for the guy on the go. If you guys ever do leave the house, this is what you want. Firstly, it's got the foil blade, great for keeping things smooth. And next, it also has the long hair leveler, great for beating back that bush. Guys, winter is over, alright? It's time to actually touch grass. And if you are touching grass, you might as well not look like an overgrown forest, okay? So, get the Handyman, get the Beard Hedger, and get them at a discount. By clicking the link in the description down below, you're gonna get 20% off and free international shipping. What the heck are you waiting for, gamers? Click that link. Alright, now first things first, what's been going on this week for Destiny 2? Well, on the Tuesday weekly reset, we got our first of 3 developer live streams for the upcoming Destiny 2 Into the Light DLC, arriving April 9th. And this live stream went over the brand new game mode Onslaught. Now, I did a full recap video linked right up above if you want to see all of the details if you missed it, but really quickly, essentially, Onslaught is a wave survival mode where you can build defenses like turrets. You're going to have a boss fight every 10 waves. The difficulty is going to increase all the way from wave 1 to wave 50 being the final wave. You also have like a legend difficulty and stuff like that. And overall, the community reception has been, a bit mixed. I would say, certainly myself, I've been asking for a wave survival mode for forever. So I'm happy to see it finally coming. And a lot of people thought that some of the concepts and stuff looked pretty darn cool. However, what people were most disappointed in is that a lot of the gameplay took place on the Midtown PvP map. Like, technically you're defending the last city, and Midtown is in the last city, but we've been playing on this map for the past 5 or 6 years now, right? So people really wanted something new. But is that unreasonable to ask in this DLC, which is a stopgap, letting us be entertained leading up to the final shape, which is the real DLC? I'll let you guys hash it out in the comments down below, but again, community reception was overall pretty mixed. Now, at the same time, with that Tuesday weekly reset, in-game, the Slammer sword went live and is now available to acquire. This sword is incredibly unique. It's the first ever stasis vortex frame sword in the entire game. It can get rolls like eager edge plus bait and switch that we've never seen on any sword ever before. And if you want to know how to farm the crap out of that sword, I did a video that is linked right up above. But moving on from there, guys, we're going to get off of Destiny 2 and talk about some major news that happened to Bungie still, in this case, for Marathon. So it was reported by IGN that the Bungie leadership actually replaced the Marathon director amid a shakeup. So the old director, Christopher Barrett, who's been at Bungie a very long time, was replaced by Joe Ziegler, who left Riot Games and was a director on Valorant previously. And this has since been confirmed by Ziegler himself, tweeting the following: "Hey everyone, fun update. For the last 9 months, I've been working on Marathon as the game director. We're still baking, but I'm excited to share with you more info on the game as we get closer and closer to bringing it to all of you." Now, amidst this shakeup under Ziegler's leadership, there's also been a shift in the game direction, with IGN reporting that a source says they're moving away from custom player characters in favor of a selectable cast of heroes.
So Marathon is going to be a hero extraction shooter, I guess, and the reaction to this news has been overwhelmingly negative. Like, if you look at the replies to the tweets talking about this information, people do not want a hero extraction shooter right now. Is the game dead because of this? I mean, I don't exactly know. If people had found out that Apex Legends was going to be a hero battle royale, I'm sure a lot of people would have been like, that's super dumb, no one wants that, and Apex Legends absolutely popped off. So in some cases, you just don't know. This could actually be the right move, but a lot of people experienced with extraction shooters want that character customization. They want you to be going in to those environments and extracting all that stuff. They don't want to necessarily be picking a random different character. So, you know, having to replace game directors, changing the direction of the game, this does not sound like smooth development, right? This sounds like a potential problematic development. And speaking of problematic developments, Bungie has been talking about developing a new IP known as Matter, and apparently it was cancelled back in 2020, but the team continued to work on a similar project that was also cancelled in 2022. And so overall, it is a rough time for Bungie Studios. Sources are also telling IGN that the Final Shape expansion really needs to pop off for them to avoid more financial uncertainties. So yeah, things are not necessarily sounding good. But with that being said, the Destiny 1 development was absolutely brutal. Like, we know that now, how much turmoil took place there, and Bungie was able to right the ship into a 10-year-long massive franchise, right? And the Marathon trailer, when that came out, the hype and the views for the Marathon trailer was actually insane. One of the most hyped things to come out of that PlayStation showcase for 2023, right? So there's definitely a lot of interest in Marathon. It's just, can Bungie perform? Like, do they even have the people and the tools to make bangers like they used to? We're all hoping for those Halo days, but are those days long gone? I guess that's the question. We'll find out one day if they don't cancel Marathon. I mean, the other thing is that the list of internal canceled projects at Bungie is just shocking, right? I mean, I totally understand not wanting to put your branding on a game that is subpar, on a game that doesn't meet expectations, but if project after project after project is just canceled, you know, that's a lot of work and resources all down the drain over and over again. Now, some of these things can be re-equipped. I don't know if you guys know, but apparently there were rumors that they were working on some sort of battle royale or something like that with grappling hooks. That was canceled, or that project changed in some way, and they repurposed the grappling hooks mechanics into Destiny, and that's what we have with Strand. So, you know, not everything is lost when a project is canceled, but again, overall, worrying times for Bungie. But moving on from there, let's get into the brand new information within the TWAB. And first off, Bungie provides their own recap of the developer livestream, talking about Onslaught and how it works. We're not going to go over that because, again, I did a whole video on that. However, they also provide this never-before-seen screenshot of Onslaught. And I saw the Hunter in the foreground, and I'm thinking, what hand cannon is that Hunter using? It appears to be like a new or returning one because it has that same kind of color scheme that we saw in the live stream with the Midnight Coup. And guys, looking around, there's one hand cannon that also has kind of that big chunk of material hanging off the bottom of the barrel. It's this right here. And you know what this is? It's the Luna's Howl. The Luna's Howl, an absolutely iconic pinnacle weapon of Destiny 2 long since sunset, but they said in the live stream that the scenario for Onslaught, the scenario for the rewards, is that Shaxx is kind of opening up the reserves of weapons that have been frowned upon in the Crucible that the Vanguard doesn't like, aka kind of like old sunset weapons. I mean, we're getting the Midnight Coup. If this is actually the Luna's Howl coming back finally, that could be insane. But We don't know. This is just a guess, guys, right? And Bungie does reuse weapon assets, so maybe there's another hand cannon that is just a reused Luna's Hell that I'm not thinking about. However, we will find out for sure what that weapon is next Tuesday because we have the developer livestream number 2 taking place on March 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific. And Bungie says specifically, here's a quick look at the new content we'll be talking about in this upcoming livestream. So we have the Brave Arsenal weapons. So I guess they're going over everything we can get from Into the Light, then a new social space plus new rewards, and a Destiny 1 inspired armor, and more. So this past live stream was more about the actual content. The next one is going to be about the rewards. I have no idea what the third one is going to be about, but, you know, if there is some juicy rewards, I am so excited for the Midnight Coup. If this is really like the Luna's Howl and stuff like that, I mean, in the original key art for Into the Light, it looked like the Blast Furnace was maybe coming back as well. These are insanely iconic weapons, and if they're brought back with god tier rolls, it could be really, really exciting. Now, Bungie also says in addition to the exciting previews, you'll also have a chance to earn some sweet emblems just for watching. If you watch for at least 60 minutes across any of the 3 live streams, you will earn the Those Held Dear emblem pictured right here. And if you watch for at least 3 hours total, you will also earn an emblem called Echo Diamond, which is pictured right here. And they said the time requirements that we just talked about are different than what was originally announced because we are unable to adjust the requirements for the active drops without removing progress already gained by players. We will be remaining live until 11:30 for the next 2 live streams to give people the time to earn these. But moving on from there, guys, we have a PvP Strike Team Weapons Sandbox update. So they say we've been paying close attention to how the weapon sandbox has shaken out following the 7.3.5 changes, and we've begun the process of fine-tuning the sandbox for 7.3.6. They say it's very clear that some auto rifles are outperforming the competition in the mid-range, with precision auto rifles being the outliers. This is not purely a prosecutor problem. In fact, 6 of the 10 best performing auto rifles in high skill lobbies are 450s, with the positive outlook being the strongest. So here's what they're going to be doing, guys. So for auto rifles, they've decreased the base damage by 5% for the precision archetype autos. Then for hand cannons, they've increased the base damage by 6%, and adaptive frames specifically, they've increased the body shot damage by 1% and increased the crit damage by 4%. This will give adaptive hand cannons a more forgiving range cushion and will also correct the issue preventing explosive payload from killing in 3 crits against all resilience levels within optimal range. Moving on from there, for pulse rifles, for rapid fires, increase body shot damage by 3.5% and increase crit damage by 1%. For lightweight frames, increase body shot damage by 6% and crit damage by 3%. And then for adaptives, increase body shot by 5%, crit by 2%. Now for scout rifles, for rapid fire frames, they've increased the base damage by 2%. And then moving on for bows, they've increased the base damage of lightweight frames by 6%. They say note that Wishender and Le Monarque are not affected by this change. Moving on to exotic weapons, the Sunshot, they've increased the critical hit damage against players in the Crucible by 11%, allowing it to kill in 3 crits. And then the last word, they've increased the base damage by 6% to allow it to kill in 3 crits. And then for general changes in terms of flinch, they say in the new sandbox, with the increased reliance on critical hits, being flinched off target when using your primary weapons feels especially punishing, so they're going to reduce flinch taken by all primary weapons by 15%. Now, moving on from there, guys, what went live on March 19th was also the Ghostbusters collaboration. So we have a pretty awesome looking Sparrow, Ghost Shell, as well as a ship. And then moving on from there, guys, we have the Guardian Games All-Stars Standings update. So here's what's currently happening. Suspiciously, Hunters won 7. Bungie went in and like messed around with the algorithm, and then Titans won 7, and then they messed around with the algorithm again, and now Warlocks are winning. So like is this just going to be like you win 7 in a row, Bungie changes the algorithm so someone else wins 7 in a row? I'd almost rather just have the hunters sweep than like have Bungie go in and change things midway through. At this point, like, everyone just has a bajillion conspiracy theories about, you know, which class is actually winning. Like, no one actually thinks anyone's winning fairly anymore, so it's just unfortunate. Moving on from there, guys, Bungie does say they're bringing back Bungie Bounty with a special charity twist beginning today, March 21st, and you can read the information and see the emblem they're giving away right here. And so, guys, that's it for the information you need to know about. I hope you enjoyed this video and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.